Hi Jenny, thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
I know that you've been going through a pretty rough time lately.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been good. ICU wasn't fun.
Yeah, you were in ICU for a while.
Yeah,
Do you remember much of that?
not really, just bits and pieces, and I guess what I remember was very frightening.
Yeah. Can you tell me, Jenny, what you understand about what occurred that's led you to ICU and where we are now?
I guess it's this problem with my lungs. I mean, I know it's not going to get better, and things are escalating. I'm in hospital more and more, and now I've hit ICU. Things aren't good.
Yeah. And do you recall, or have the doctors told you what they think might happen from here on, or?
I guess that next time it might not work out.
That must be very difficult for you to be thinking about that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real. And it's awful just waiting for it to happen.
Right. Do you feel like you're waiting, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Would it be helpful for us to talk a bit about where to from here? What might sort of happen from here?
Well, I guess I feel like I don't have any options. I'm just, waiting to see.
Okay. So thinking about that waiting, which as I said, I imagine that must be a really hard place to be sitting. Are there things that are giving you joy at the moment?
Not being in hospital.
Yeah.
I just want to be at home with my family. I just feel like I'm just waiting to get sick, and then all this stuff happens, none of which I get to choose or decide on. It just happens, and I just want to be at home.
Okay. Your goal, correct me if I'm wrong, but your goal is to spend time at home with your family.
Yeah, if I don't have long, I mean, I certainly don't want to spend it, out of my mind. I mean, I don't even remember half of what happened in ICU. I mean, that's not where I want to spend whatever this pocket of time is.
Okay. Is that something that you've spoken to your family about?
Oh, not really. I guess what would be the point?
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we might come back to that in a moment if that's all right. But thinking about what you said, that you want to be at home, and as I hear it, you don't necessarily want to go through that same level of treatment.
No,
again.
Not if it's just, then I just have to wait for the next time. I guess this time I've got better, but it's taken ages.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. With this lung problem that you have, there are different ways that we can approach things. If you were to get more short of breath, if you were to get another flaring up of the breathing problem, and one way is how things went last time, which was going to intensive care and having the tube down your throat and those sorts of things. We can manage you on the ward if that was something that you were interested in, having sort of an attempt to have management to try to prolong your life.
Okay.
But not necessarily going the full extent. That is possibly not as successful. Nothing's guaranteed by any means, but it may not be as successful as intensive care, but it wouldn't be as invasive, I guess, and we can talk a bit more about what that might mean.
I guess it's all degrees, isn't it? And
that's true, and so that's the hospital approaches. There's probably a third approach, which would be an approach more focused on trying to treat the symptoms of what you're feeling rather than necessarily trying to prolong your life. And that approach is something that can be done at home, if that's what's the most important thing for them. And so that would involve medications to try to improve sense of shortness of breath, to try to relax a person a little bit, and input from community nurses, for example, coming to your home to try to help look after you.
Okay.
Now, I guess the first two are both the goals of those first two approaches, the hospital ones, are around trying to lengthen your life or keep you alive for longer. The third approach is more about, as I said, trying to keep you comfortable and keep you calm, and I guess keep you at home.
Yeah.
And I just put them on the table, not that I'm sort of wanting to necessarily sort of have all this decided or thinking about this today, more than just sort of showing you that there are some
options.
alternatives to that intensive care
Yeah.
approach.
I think that's probably what I needed to hear. It's given me something to think about and certainly to chat to my family about. I think knowing that I don't have to go back to ICU and then go through all that meant and all of that is, I like the sound of that. But I guess it's hard to know where I'm at with this thing, whether I'm ready to not come into hospital at all.
Sure. I think it would be good to perhaps talk again, maybe in a week's time, and I'm wondering if maybe you could bring your husband in and any other people who you think might be
That'd be
might be
good.
important to be part of this discussion.
Yeah, I think they need to hear it from you. They get very upset when I talk negatively, but I mean I think this is just being realistic.
Yeah.
So that'd be great if they could hear this and hear these options, because there's just no way I'm going to do that again.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the ICU guy, it's not worth it.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, I think we should leave it there for the moment, and I think that what we should do is all sit on this and come back in a week's time and think a little bit more. We don't have to do anything or say anything or decide anything today, and I think this will unfold over the next bit of time, and the best way forward will emerge as it'll become clear what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, no, that's been really helpful.